On the last episode, we discussed on how valet parking transitioned me into getting into the movie industry, quote unquote. Anyway, they came in and they actually contacted us because they needed to borrow some of our valet equipment for a movie they were filming. With that being said, they actually had a discussion with the transportation coordinator and found out that I was a big car lover. I had a few cars and some of the cars might be a good fit for the Fast and the Furious. So I did actually make it into the Fast and the Furious Part 5 franchise, and that definitely went down in history as me being a geeked out car guy. That was like the ultimate movie to do this with. Anyway, Fast and the Furious 7 happened in Atlanta, and a lot of movies are filmed in Atlanta for those who don't know. There are tons of movies filmed in Atlanta. Probably about 40 to 50% of movies in the market are being filmed in Atlanta because it's cheap to film here. Atlanta, or Georgia in general, I should say Georgia, not Atlanta, I'm sorry, gives a discount, which is great, and it's really putting a hurting on Hollywood. Hollywood in California have so many restrictions when it comes to filming, permits, filming late at night. In Atlanta, it doesn't matter. They want the business here, so bring it in. We love it, and Atlanta embraces it. So with that being said, Fast and Furious 7 came here, filmed a little bit, but unfortunately I was not available to do that one, again, as a background vehicle, nothing more than that. But number 8, I got a phone call. During the last Fast and Furious 5, I met another transportation coordinator who not only worked for Universal, but he worked for Fox and he worked for a lot of different companies, and essentially he became my agent. Yes, my car has an agent, and they will book my cars for several different movies, TV shows, videos, photo shoots, and it's a pretty lucrative business for him. Now for me, if I have time and I have the availability and the cars are available, then yes, why not? I love seeing different industries and learning the backgrounds of different things that happen. So when he called me, he said, "Hey Alex, guess what? Fast and Furious 8's in town. Would you like to participate and have your car a part of that?" Yes, of course. Why not? He's like, "Now here's the caveat. They are not going to pay much." I'm like, "Excuse me?" And not that I really care about the money so much. I like being a part of the franchise, but that's what they were using to their advantage. They're like, they should be lucky to have, or we should be lucky to have our car a part of a Fast and Furious franchise. So ultimately, no, they didn't pay us anything, but it was still good to be a part of that event. They had Nissan. Nissan had a car called the Nismo. It was a very rare car. It cost over $1 million. And they shipped it in from Japan to the Fast and Furious to have it on set. Now, what's amazing, my NSX was right behind it when it was on the racks. This is a sequence where they walked in and it was like a big candy store, and Tyrese, the artist, was sitting there going around like trying to pick all these different cars, including the orange Lamborghini, which ended up being the hero car at the end, which is now purchased by Tavares, which we've all followed his channel and seen him build that car back up, which is now sitting in a Peterson Museum, I believe, out in California. But regardless, that was a scene with all of our cars. And again, it was probably about 20 of my friends and randomly placed cars on these racks. We had a fun time, but what was different, this was a closed set, which means we couldn't be there. Now, in the last one, I got to meet The Rock and all these different people. This one, I didn't meet anybody. I just met the behind the scenes people. But it was very interesting because with this being said, I got to really expand and do more and more collaborations with this new agent or transportation coordinator. He now got me into different movies, different TV shows, which we'll discuss in a second. But staying on Fast and the Furious, it was a blast. This was Fast and the Furious 8. This one now brought in Charlize Theron. It brought in Jason Statham and all these different actors, and it was a blast. Now, what makes Fast 8 special, or not special, but really emotional, is this is the first one without Paul Walker. Obviously, everybody knows that in the last franchise, Fast and Furious 7, during filming 3/4 of the way, Paul Walker died in this tragic accident. But getting back to this one, this was the first one without him, so it was kind of emotional. And Universal, I hate to say it, doesn't care. The number 7, because of Paul Walker's death, grossed them globally $1.5 billion. So people ask, why do they keep making these Fast and the Furious movies? Why would you not? Overall, the franchise has made over $5 billion. That's with a B, $5 billion. So why in the world would you not? That's probably one of the greatest franchises ever in history, and they're going to keep going. I know they already have number 9 and 10 greenlit, so who knows? Will they go more after that? That's why they're bringing in all these different celebrities to try to bring in more audience, a bigger audience. So Helen Mirren, they're bringing in, who's the new guy they brought in? Scott Eastwood. They're trying to, he was the pretty boy that was supposed to replace Paul Walker, but they're really just trying to bring everybody in. Obviously, you know, they brought in The Rock, and I think this newest one, they're bringing in Cardi B or one of them. So it's insane on how big this franchise is getting. And honestly, I think they're going to keep rolling with it over and over again. What was interesting was, after everything wrapped up and I was able to go over there and pick up my car and bring it home, the next day, or probably about a week later, I was at my office and I was leaving out, and out of the corner of my eye, I see an AMG GT, which was the vehicle that Ludacris used. And if you remember the scene where the cars got flipped over, the stunt cars were actually located across the street from my office. So they had 2 destroyed, flattened AMG GTs along with the motors sitting outside the car. Now, if I had a pallet and an engine jack stand, I probably would have brought it home. Just kidding. But these were huge, massive AMG. I think they were 4-liter twin turbo, 400, almost 500 and plus horsepower engines. So it was pretty funny that I came upon that, and why they were sitting here across the street from my office, I have no idea. I'm sure Universal was going to come and pick them up later, but this is just a place that happened to house them, and ironically, it was across the street from my office. But anyway, I love the Fast and the Furious franchise, number 8. Honestly, I think that might be my last one, especially since they didn't pay me, because it was a lot of coordination to get the car up there. They kept the car for over a week, and they did some pretty dicey stuff to get these cars into the rack. So it was pretty nerve-wracking. They didn't let us see all of that, but my friend was behind the scenes, and he funneled me the pictures showing my car going onto the rack, being lifted up by a forklift into another rack. So that was pretty nerve-wracking. But the good thing about it is I was able to really expand and my relationship with my transportation coordinator, and he had then, and I hate using the word parlay, but moved it into different arenas where I was able to now start doing different TV shows, movies, and different things like that, which we'll discuss in another episode. So regardless, if you like these Fast and the Furious stories, or like the fact that valet parking has now transitioned to, not transitioned, but allowed us access into these other industries, please let us know. We love it. I honestly, again, would do this for free because this is something that I thoroughly enjoy. This is why in life it's really important to do what you enjoy. Because if you do what you enjoy, at a certain sense, it's not considered work. But if you do something that you don't like, and I know this is a lot of words being used, then you'll look at it as, oh, I don't want to go here today. I know I make $100,000 a year, but I absolutely hate this job. But if you do a job, would you rather do a job and get paid $80,000 and you absolutely love it? Or would you rather get paid $150,000 and absolutely hate this job? I know what my answer is. I'd rather get paid $80,000 and absolutely love the work that I do, because I'm going to be happy about it and it's going to be more rewarding and fulfilling. So in life, please remember that everything is not about money. It's about enjoying what you do. And in this valet parking industry, I truly enjoy what we do. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.